the reasons I would oppose changing a genocide memorial to a peace monument is, could you imagine after the Second World War, when around the world Holocaust memorials were built, that if we said that we didn't want to have a Holocaust memorial, that we didn't want to offend the Nazi government, that we would have a peace memorial instead of a Holocaust memorial? People would have been aghast, and rightly so. You can't sweep wrongs under the carpet. You can't ignore the travesty that happened. And part of reconciliation, part of reconciliation is acknowledging the loss of life, the murder, the rape, the mass graves. And that's part of reconciliation. So my first question, Sina, is: would you, following this, would you suggest that it's not appropriate to have a Holocaust memorial?
I think you are making an insinuation there, because Holocaust is an established fact, and it is nothing to do with what's going on in Sri Lanka. And to have that memorial to represent everybody, the grief of Tamil is as the grief of Sinhalese, grief of a Muslim. Anybody who has gone through that conflict knows that. It doesn't go by any nationality.
So, Sina, you don't appear to be aware of Canadian foreign policy and the UN investigations. This is not a matter of debate if a genocide happened, just like it was proven that a genocide happened in Serbia, just like a genocide happened in Rwanda, just like a genocide happened in Nazi Germany. To say the sky is not blue, to say that, to pretend something's not happening, I actually think it amplifies the hurt that's happening. To say to the 70,000 plus civilians that were murdered and raped that didn't happen, what you're doing is you're bringing hurt from abroad here. And so I take great offense to this suggestion, because we don't engage in revisionist history in Canada. In Canada, people have come from all around the world in the hope of freedom, in the hope of peace. And to say that their history, which is interwoven with Canadian history, doesn't exist is a slap in the face at their loss. And it's something that I can't abide by or support. And, we have a democracy here, and you're allowed to come forward and to oppose a motion that we've made. But I want you to think about those same Tamil families that tried to come forward in Sri Lanka during the genocide. When they came forward to object to a government action, they were murdered. That's the difference between Canada and a dictatorship. That's the difference between Canada and a genocide. I will not be supporting this request, and I just want to close by saying there have been examples articulated in the Canadian House of Commons about foreign interference, I am worried that this type of revisionist history is being encouraged by the Sri Lankan High Commission. And even though there's been assurances otherwise, I am doubtful, because just like we wouldn't stand by Holocaust denial, we shouldn't stand behind genocide denial. And I just think that needs to be on our record, because this is a democracy. We allow deputations to come forward, but this would not have been allowed in during the Civil War in Sri Lanka. If this same delegation came forward, the family would have been murdered and raped. Thank you.